All right, we are on lesson 3.3, and this lesson is kind of difficult because I feel like you've been taught it over and over and over again, but things just like don't click. Okay? If your dad is a handyman and he uses a ruler all the time, then this lesson makes more sense to you. If you aren't familiar with rulers and you're not familiar with measurements, then maybe you should learn measurements and rulers and hang out with a handyman every once in a while. So, the very first thing I want you to do is to make another number line. Yesterday I had you make a simple number line of just positive and negative integers. This number line is breaking it up into fractions, and then I'm also going to have you break it up into decimals. I will give you all of this information, so it's pretty much like another cheat sheet. Okay? So, the very first thing you need to do is count your jumps. And I will show you what I mean by that. So remember, you need to write this on notebook paper. You need to keep it in your notes section of your notebook. Okay, I'm going to start at a main whole number of 0. And I'm going to count how many jumps it takes me to get to number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Step number 2. How many jumps is your, remember I can't spell, denominator? So I jumped 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Then I'm going to put all my labels on this side. My denominator is going to be how many jumps there were, and I put it right next to the line. Okay, I'm going to get rid of my jumps. I don't need them anymore. And then you start going from 0, and you say 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and then 1 whole. Okay, same with going downwards. Have your denominator stay the same. 4, 4, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and a whole number. Remember that when you're working in negative numbers, you still have to start at 1, 2, 3, and then just put a negative symbol in front of it. All right. 2/4 is also equal to 1/2. I'm going to put that down here as well. And let's talk about decimal places. 1/4 is equal to 0.25. 1/2 is 0.5, and 3/4 is 0.75. If you're familiar with money, then you know that these are the silver things called quarters, and they're called quarters for a reason, because it takes 4 quarters to make a whole. Okay? 4, quarter, quattro. Okay. 1/4 or negative 1/4 is negative 0.25. 1/2 is negative 0.5. And 3/4 is negative 0.75. Please take all of these notes. All of these notes will help you so super much. Okay? So super. All right. Again, going to a number line and labeling it. This is another cheat sheet that will help you later on. You need to, when you're making this, you need to have 9 little lines in between each one of your big lines. We're starting at 0, we have negative 1 over here, and we have positive 1 over there. The very first thing that you need to do is follow this rule. Count your jumps. So I'm starting at 1. No, I'm not. I'm starting at 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It took me 10 jumps to get from this long line all the way to this long line. Going over to rule number 2, how many jumps it took you is your denominator. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to put fraction lines and I'm going to put 10 because it took me 10 jumps. 10 is my denominator. I'm going to put it under every single line that I have. Okay, I'll do it over here too. Okay, get rid of my jumps. Welcome to school. And then you start labeling it 1 to wherever it lands to. Same over here. Awesome. If you want to put negative in front of that, it's really smart. All right. So, going off of your book, no, wait. We need to say that 5/10 is also equal to 1/2, which is also equal to 0.5. Again, this is a cheat sheet. Use it as much as possible. 1/10 is equal to 0.1. 2/10 is equal to actually 1/5 and 0.2. 3/10, 0.3. 4/10 is 2.5 and also 0.4. 6/10 is 3/5 and 0.6. This one is 0.7. This one is 4/5 and 0.8. This one is 0.9. Okay, all of these in straight lines, those are all equal to one another. Keep this. It will save you so much time in the long run. This is an ultimate cheat sheet. Okay, and then just do the same exact thing over here. Okay, now going to your book, on page 155, I want you to look at number 2. It gives you the number to find of -1/4. Okay, so I'm always going to start at 0, and it tells me to find -1/4. Your line is actually horizontal, it's laying down, but you should know this, okay? This is the least, because it's the negative numbers. This is the greatest. Okay, it's the highest. -1/4, I even see it labeled right here. So I am going to put a dot right there. You have to put a marker or a pencil dot on it. Okay, moving on to number 3. It says -0.5. Do I see it on my cheat sheet anywhere? Hey, -0.5. There's the answer to number 3. What about on number 4? This one I don't have on my list because I only go up to 1, and you have to find 1.75. Okay? But if you just follow the pattern, this is 25, half, 75, 1. And then the next one will be 1.25, 1.5, 1.75. It goes in the pattern repeatedly. I want you to try to do number 5 on your own. Looking at 3.3. 3.3 has fractions and it has decimals. That's why I gave you this ultimate cheat sheet. I want you to do 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the front, and that is all you have to do on this page. The ones on the back, they're very difficult. So if you want extra practice, I would suggest getting a parent to help you. Make sure that you read the instructions really well. This will give you excellent practice, but I will say that it is difficult. So I am only requiring that you do 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the front. Be amazing. Have a wonderful day.